Hello folks, Eamon McAuley here, Belfast boxing historian, ex-pro fighter. Back with another wee chat about boxing. Going to talk about Mike Tyson today. Mike Tyson showed heart in his first fight with Evander Holyfield as he took a heavy bombardment of punches before the referee Mitch Halpern, who later would go on to take his own life, stopped the fight in the 11th round. Holyfield produced one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. No doubt about that. Evander was thought to be washed up, but in the interval between rounds, Holyfield's coach didn't give him instructions on how to attack or how to defend. He simply told Holyfield, who's a Christian, to concentrate on Jesus. And Evander sat in his stool in the corner with his eyes closed, taking deep breaths, concentrating on Jesus. And that made the big difference. That's where he found his strength in Jesus. In his interview after the fight, Evander only wanted to talk about God. He didn't want to talk about boxing. He said if he was to take the credit for the win, then he would be taking it away from God, and that would be unjust. A few months later, in the rematch, Tyson was disqualified for biting off part of Evander's ear. Tyson bit into Holyfield's ear twice. The first bite, Tyson spat a piece of Evander's ear onto the canvas. But the referee, Mills Lane, must have lost his mind, only warning Mike and deducting 2 points. Mike was disqualified for the second bite as all hell broke loose. If Tyson had done this on the street in the ghetto, he would have been looking at 7 years in prison, as he wasn't long out of jail for raping Desiree Washington. Only Mike and Desiree know what went on in the hotel room that night, so I'm not judging anybody. Mike threw the kitchen sink at Evander in the first 3 rounds of the rematch, but Holyfield stood strong as he came back with his own blows. I'm quite sure what was going through Tyson's head. He must have realised that Holyfield wasn't going to buckle, just as he stood strong in the first fight. And Mike realised he was in for a long, painful night, and he didn't relish it. So he took the easy way out, the cards way. As Tyson came out for the third round, he didn't have his gum shield in his mouth, so the referee spotted that and made him go back to his corner for his coach to insert the gum shield into mighty Mike's mouth. I have no doubt that it was in Mike's mind then what he was going to do. So it was premeditated. This has to be the most shameful and cowardly incident in boxing history. And Mike didn't even get banned from boxing. He got a fine and he was boxing again in a couple of months, earning millions. So he was rewarded for it. I was a big fan of Mike Tyson in the late 80s. We all were. He was the most exciting and fastest heavyweight I ever seen. He cut such a swathe through the heavyweight division. He was a breath of fresh air to boxing in general. When Tyson boxed Frank Bruno 2 fights before he boxed Evander Holyfield, Tyson kept hitting Frank with elbows, masquerading his left hooks to the head. Once again, this was cowardly. When Mike Tyson fought Franz Botha, he tried to break Botha's arms in the clinches. He knocked out Orlin Norris after the ref said stop boxing. He kept hitting Lou Savarese as the referee was trying to stop the fight. But all these incidents were after Mike Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas in 1989, and he went to jail for 3 years. Mike had lost his desire for boxing, and he got screwed out of millions by promoter Don King. There's no excuse for what he did, but I prefer to look back with awe on the fearsome Mike Tyson from the 80s. I remember him getting interviewed in one of his fights in the ring, and he said that he could beat any human being on this planet and half the gorillas. And he probably could. Thanks for listening, folks. Take care and God bless. See you soon.